Have you found that your staff in your property management business are not doing exactly what you want them to do? Are they here, there, and everywhere? What we're going to talk about today is how to delegate to your staff in order to maximize productivity and focus. Let's dive in. Ideally, at the beginning of the year, you would have set goals and objectives that you want the team or you want your business to achieve by the end of the year. So by delegating tasks to your staff, this will obviously be in line with what you want to achieve by the end of the year. This will enable you to focus and make sure your team is on the right mindset in order to achieve the goals that you have set for your business for the end of the year. Invest time in training your team. Ensure that they have the skills necessary in order to fulfill the tasks that you are delegating to them. By ensuring that your team know what it is that they need to do and how they do it, this saves you time later on down the road by having to keep swapping new members of staff. Sometimes you get new members of staff because you think that previous members of staff are not doing very well in their role. But what the problem is could be you. You're not giving them the skills that they need, the training that they need in order to fulfill the role properly. So by doing that, you save time and you increase productivity. Use technology to streamline your delegation. So by using things like project management tools like Asana and TickTick and things like that, Todoist, there's so many platforms out there available that will enable you to delegate tasks effectively, efficiently, and very smoothly to your team members, whether they be virtual, whether they be on site in your offices. The wonderful thing about project management tools is you can put the task in there, you can assign it to someone specifically, you can put subtasks in there, you can state whether the task is urgent or low or medium type of assignment for the task. You could put a date on it, and obviously you can even add attachments to this specific task dependent upon the project management tool. Now, the wonderful thing about these wonderful pieces of software is it enables you to have your delegation process very smoothly. Everybody knows what they need to do and when they need to do it, so long as you've given your staff members the appropriate amount of training. So once they read the instructions and read the tasks at hand, they can just go ahead and get the work done, so long as they know what it is they need to do and the expectations that you've set the team. I hope you're getting some useful information from today's video. I'd appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. I make videos pretty much every single day in order to inform property managers, real estate agents and property professionals in the real estate industry how to grow their business, make their business so much better, and to work alongside virtual assistants. In case you didn't know, I am Tanya Day. I'm a virtual assistant and online business manager. I work with all sorts of property professionals within the property industry, such as I said, property managers and real estate agents. I work with them behind the scenes in their business, taking on their administration, so they're able to concentrate on money generating tasks and bringing in lots and lots of clients into their business. You have to establish a good communication system. Now, communication is extremely important when it comes to working with your team within your business, whether that team be face-to-face or whether that team be virtual. It's very important that you establish a good line of communication, whether that be weekly meetings, midweek meetings, whether that be, through project management tools and you're delegating people, their specific tasks. I think it's extremely important that everybody knows what they need to do within their business and how they all fit together within the team. If there are roles that are not defined, everyone's doing bits and bits and bits, then everyone can end up, working on top of each other. And obviously it's always a good idea that team members are able to communicate with each other as well. So if you have some sort of, online chat, or even some sort of WhatsApp group or whatever communication is suitable for your business, ensure that it's an open, honest platform that all of your team members can speak and be able to share ideas and understand who is doing what and when. Monitor progress and the performance of your team. Now, there's absolutely nothing worse than being micromanaged by your managers. As a virtual assistant, I work with so many different clients within my business, and there's nothing worse than someone delegating a task to you and then telling you how to do it and then checking in with you every 5 minutes to make sure that it's done exactly the way that they want it done. Ultimately, the idea of having a team member is that you trust them enough to give them the task that you want them to do. You've given them enough training that they can go off and do the task themselves. There's nothing wrong with, giving someone feedback to let them know that the task was not performed the way you want it done, or perhaps, you could see a better way of doing it, but always ask for their feedback from doing specific tasks. Perhaps have like a monthly check-in with your staff members and giving them feedback for the work they've already done. Now, there's nothing wrong with telling someone, the fact that they didn't do it correctly, but there's nothing better than receiving praise from somebody who has done work for you. If you're constantly giving criticism for work that's been done for you, whenever you have to have a conversation with your team member, they're going to view it as a negative conversation. They may not even want to work with you anymore, and they may end up leaving your organization. So try and keep criticism, or should I say have constructive feedback for your team members so you can help them improve. And if it's something that they need more training on, then you need to provide that training for your team members in order for them to be successful and productive in your business. Empower your team to do the tasks that you have assigned them. As I've said before, nothing worse than micromanaging your team. That's a waste of your time, a waste of your money for hiring them in the first place. Empower them. Make sure they've got all the skills they need. Make sure they've got all the software they need. Make sure they've got all the tools that they need in order to perform the tasks that you've assigned them. You've hired your team members for a reason. The reasons that they're performing well is because you're letting them, be free to do work that you've given them to do. And depending on the kind of relationship that you have with your team members, they may even find a better way of doing things in order to improve efficiency. They may find a way of even reducing costs within your business. But all of those things can only happen if you let team members do what you've given them to do, their role. They may even have, the option to be able to go outside of their role to perhaps even bring in more business into your business. So give your team members as much autonomy over their role as possible. In the whole delegation process, it's always wise to go right back to the beginning. You need to adjust and evaluate. Now, it's always good to obviously speak to your team members, get their feedback, find out what their thoughts are on your style of management, because although you are the manager, you can't have a management team if there's no team. If you keep losing members of staff, there is a common denominator, and that would be you in the business. Who are you managing? How are you managing? Are they comfortable with working with you? Is there anything that you're doing that they're not comfortable with? Ultimately, yes, you are paying them. Yes, they're your staff member, but ultimately you don't have a business if you don't have any staff members that are working efficiently and productively for you. Your staff members can damage your business as well as enhancing your business. So make sure that your management style is suitable for your members of staff. Make sure your communication style is suitable for your members of staff. I'm sure you yourself, as well as myself, has worked with so many different people. Some people bring, their stresses to work, and therefore they can make the environment very toxic, very uncomfortable. We don't want that. Even if it's virtually or face to face, it can be a very uncomfortable environment. So ensure when you're delegating, your staff are comfortable, get feedback on your style of management, and obviously make sure that you give them feedback on the work that they've done. Therefore, you can have a healthy and productive and safe environment. So let me know, do you have any tips on being able to delegate to your members of staff? Is this the first time you've got a member of staff that you're working with? Or perhaps you've had members of staff for many, many years. It'd be really good if you can comment below your thoughts on how you can get the most out of your staff and the best style of managerial skills that you can give to other people. I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to this channel so that other people can obviously get tips and hints that I'm giving that will be beneficial to them in their business. Thank you very much for watching, and please watch some more videos that I have on this channel.